Welcome, Dirt Sheet Radio Nation. Sam Schluter, the straight shooter. We're back in full bloom. And what? The Rock is back. All right, let's welcome CJ Carter added to the scene. All right, thanks for covering for us last week. I know it was a little rough being on your own, but it is.
Hey, you know what? It was a good learning experience. I got a kick out of it.
And you did a fabulous job. You did a fabulous
Thank
job,
you,
DJ. All right, let's just get down to it. I didn't even do the intro. I didn't even do none of that shit. I just want to talk about how The Rock came down and he said he smelled the people. He smelled the situation. And then they leave it at a stare down. Come on, I wanted something more. What do you think?
I am livid. And I have to be diligent about what I say because
let it fly off the cuff.
No. I genuinely need to be reserved. What took place tonight was, I think, the single most egregious thing in wrestling since the Montreal Screwjob. Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble, makes such a big deal about finishing the story and what it means to him. You have him face to face with Roman Reigns, and you tell him exactly what his title means to you and his career, and you literally have him hand it off to The Rock. What was the point of him winning the Royal Rumble? And I don't buy into the theory that it was an audible because Punk was injured. I don't buy into that at all. What was the point of calling the audible if you were at this point? If you knew that Cody Rhodes was not going to face Roman Reigns, why not eliminate him instead of Drew McIntyre? Instead of Gunther? He did not deserve to have this rug pulled out from under him. Are you kidding me? I just talked about why his credibility rested on this.
It's real to you.
Nobody is going to take this man seriously again. What is the point? Sam, make it make sense.
All right. You forget somebody's writing the story. You forget these people got a job to do. You forget it doesn't matter what we want or what they want. It all depends on what the stockholders need and what they want and what pushes the needle and what gets money in the pockets of the stockholders and all of that other craziness. We can't forget about all knowing kayfabe. We have to, when you watch General Hospital, when you watch any soap opera, when you watch Sopranos, when you watch any show, you don't be like, oh, why they do that? Maybe we might be like, oh, why they do that? The ending of Sopranos fucking sucked, but the artistic value of it, if you sit down and look at the artistic value of it, like, yeah, it's up to interpretation. Why did the screen just go black? Because that's what happens when you die. The motherfucker got killed. All right, so The Rock and Roman is the money shot. That's the money match. That's what people, me, myself included, is going to pay $2,000 a seat and the floor seats in Philadelphia to watch. That's the money match. We all know The Rock is not going to win. This allows Roman to carry the title more because I really think they're going to let him beat Hulk Hogan's record. And they're doing their job, CJ. They're doing their job. making you emotional like that, they're doing their job. They're moving the needle. They're hitting the nerve. They're striking your nerves. They're doing their job. And you're going to tune in next week. As emotional as you are, you're going to tune in next week because you're going to want to find out what happens. And you're going to watch WrestleMania no matter what. And they're doing their job. That's why it makes sense. Listen, to us, yeah, we want to see Cody. We want to see Cody win the title. But listen, the story is finish the story. If you're a wrestling historian, how long did it take his father to finish the story? Did it take 1 year? No. Did it take 2 years? No. It took 3.5 years before Dusty finished his story. How many times Dusty won the title, but they took it away from him due to disqualification or count out or whatever? So the fact that Roman and Cody might not happen this year, but might happen next year, that is a very strong possibility now that they had to throw the monkey wrench in the works and they had to figure out, okay, well, Punk is gone. And it was Punk, and we don't know what it is. We're just, we're just guessing. But it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good match because the right thing to do is for the highest well-known wrestler of this generation, the highest paid Hollywood movie star, the highest paid producer and all of this that The Rock has done for himself in the last few years. His job now is to put over Roman to solidify this title reign. After Roman beats Rock, then it's all up in the air to who beats Roman. It's going to be a new guy. It might be Cody. It might be somebody new. I've always said I'd rather prefer have Braun Breaker come and dethrone Roman. But I like the emotion because that means you're fully 100% invested. But don't forget about kayfabe. Don't blur the lines. Don't think about what's happening backstage and think it's going to intertwine with what's happening in the middle of the ring, because that's not what they produced the show to be. They produced the show to, we look at what's on the screen and then we try to dissimulate what's happening.
That is not my issue. What my issue is literally the only victim in this situation is Cody Rhodes. It's not a matter of what's best for business. I don't care about dollars. I don't care about who actually faces Roman for the title. The problem is you have elevated this man beyond stardom. You have made him a credible challenger to the guy who you have heralded as the greatest champion in history 2 years in a row. The first time he had all the momentum in the world, and you pulled the rug out from under him. I still, to this day, think that was the best time to give him that title. Not this year, last year. But that's fine. I've made my peace with that. Fast forward to the Rumble. You have a field of viable challengers that could have gone either way, facing Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins. You made it about Punk and Cody Rhodes. You put everything into Cody Rhodes, and you made him hand it off to The Rock. Literally. What does that do for Cody Rhodes now?
Okay, I mean, what if Cody Rhodes beats the man that beat him 3 times? What if Cody Rhodes wins that title and then challenges Roman to unify those titles or to walk around with 2 titles? You look at a big picture.
It's literally the same conversation that exists over and over. Oh, there's 2 champions, might as well have 1. Why do we have 1 champion? We should have 2. It's a never-ending conversation that never ends.
We
It
should have.
never hits a resolution. And again, that's not the conversation. The conversation here is why punish Cody Rhodes this badly? Is it actually because of a grudge for creating AEW? I need to know.
Cody's making $1 million. He's not being punished. He's making fulfillions of dollars to sit there and play a role.
It's not about money.
But like that's his job.
If it was about money,
if you go to work Monday morning, and your boss tells you clean that shitter, you're gonna clean the shitter whether you want to or not. They told Cody, hey, you're not finishing your story this year. He clocked in. He like, all right, boss, I'm here to do what you want me to do. You want me to clean the shitter? I'm gonna clean the shitter.
Let's move on.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Well, I think
you know
that
what?
about covers all.
Garrett
I
said,
think that
hey,
about
what about
covers
SummerSlam?
everything to say about the main event. Let's swing back to the top of the card.
Cody, no, we're staying on this. We got 41 people watching, the most ever. You're
the
crying.
United States
You're very
champion
emotional.
Logan Paul kicking off the show.
Why you're so
It was
emotional?
interrupted by Kevin Owens. So obviously it feels like they're setting up for Owens to be the challenger for Logan Paul heading into WrestleMania.
We're not talking about Logan. We're not talking about KO right now. We're still talking about Rock and the Roman and Cody. All right, you're gonna put your emotion down the sleeves. Let's keep talking about that. Let's not skip over.
So Sam, what do you think about Logan Paul heading into WrestleMania? If not Kevin Owens, then who?
We'll get to
if not Kevin Owens, then who?
We'll get to KO in theory soon. Listen, more than a lot of people don't want to watch The Rock and Roman, you included, and I could give either way. I'm okay with Cody winning. I'm okay with The Rock winning. I'm okay with Roman winning. I actually want Roman to beat Hulk Hogan's record. And I'm the biggest Hulk Hogan fan in the world.
So I usually don't get to.
Where's your John's
I usually don't get to be on the SmackDown stream, but I had a couple minutes and I
turn your camera on.
No camera today, not yet. I got to get in and get out real fast. We'll talk about this Roman thing. First of all,
let's do it.
CJ, passionate. I love it. Don't feel bad for that. Don't ever feel bad for that. Give that to us all the time.
Yes.
I understand how somebody can be this emotionally connected to the Cody Rhodes story to the point where it bothers you that it's clearly been shoved to the side, almost heavy-handedly, shoehorned in, right? I just think this is hilarious. I can't fucking stop laughing at this. This is the craziest outcome possible. They had Cody stand in that ring and grab the ball, look at it, give it a kiss, and pass it over to The Rock. Here you go, buddy.
Hey, I want to know what the fuck The Rock was telling him for like 30 seconds in his ear. Like, hey, I'm sorry I'm taking your spot. I'm sorry I'm butting in on your story. But, the big wigs want me to come down here and do it. And Cody looked at him like, yeah, I got to do what the ball says.
Is there any out? Is this it? Like, once they've had The Rock and Roman Reigns face off on television in front of everybody like that, is there any way to circle back to Cody after that? I think it's impossible. I think it's a dumb deal.
At the next SummerSlam.
That's very nice, and that's kind of sweet, and that's really cute. That is nothing compared to what it was going to be like now.
How many WrestleManias Cody had where it was going to be something, and we got something else? Like,
That's the thing that makes this one hurt so much, is that there was this idea that it was a new WWE. It was a different company, and it wasn't going to make these weird decisions that throw away everything they've been building towards for the last couple of years. It's kind of, you had this idea, this trust that that it isn't. And, for a long time it was maybe it's a different company. Maybe Triple H is going to change things. But slowly but surely, people started just believing in Triple H. This is new WWE. These are not going to make the wrong decisions. So to see this happen, this is something right out of Vince's playbook. And as a fan, I laugh, like, this is really entertaining to me in a really funny way. But in a logical way, I can absolutely see why people think this is the stupid decision, because it's like, obviously, The Rock versus Roman Reigns, a big ass money match. It's been building towards for the last fucking 4 years, and it's about time to finally have this. However, for the past 2 years, they have been setting up a guy as the next face of the company. At the same time that they've been, feeding into you this idea that you're supposed to be tired of Roman Reigns. You're supposed to want him to lose to the next babyface. So they gave you the next babyface that you're supposed to want him to beat. And then they were like, hold on a second. We'll be back. Possibly, maybe. We got this big thing in the way right now. So I get it. Like, I absolutely understand how you could feel the way you're feeling. I just wanted to get on here and I wanted to let CJ know that you are not alone. There are fucking thousands of people right now who are having all types of visceral reactions. Some of them have tears. Some of them are smashing their TVs.
Yes.
This is quite okay. And you should not feel ashamed.
No.
Thank you guys for doing what y'all doing. Let me get out of your way and enjoy the rest of SmackDown.
Thanks for dropping in,
that,
brother.
John. Thank you.
Hey, no, never be like, I'm passionate, you're passionate. That's why we're sitting in the place that we are right now. We're here, part of Dirt Sheet Radio. We're both passionate about how we feel. And this is what drives people into watching us. Look, we got 38 people here. We got a lot of buzz going on right now. And it's all because of you, CJ. You came in hot. You came in with the emotion. And I appreciate that. Nobody's downplaying you for your emotion. Hey, I get emotional too. But listen, it's just like John said, it's a new WWE. And I think he's right. It's a new WWE. It's not the old WWE where it's going to be more wrestling than it is entertainment. I think more is going to be, there's people that are writing the story now. They're more entertainment than wrestling. But what about this? Yeah, Omar, Rock versus Reigns night 1. And then night 2, Cody beats Roman because he got tired beating the Rock night 1. The possibilities are endless. Don't lose hope on the dream for Cody, because when he finally does wins, those tears are going to come back and they're going to be tears of joy.
Specifically the line, but not at WrestleMania. They have a plan. Now, hopefully there's enough outrage that they completely 180 and figure something out, but I don't know.
Right. Listen, let's move on. KO versus Austin Theory to start the show off. This is very interesting because now KO is like he's not a full-blown heel. He's a babyface, I would say. And he got caught using the brass knuckles on the premium live event, which costed him the match. But tonight, he used, like with a plan, he used the brass knuckles. And he got the win tonight. And what are your thoughts about that? Now, we got the baby faces doing heel stuff. I believe he's in his right to do that, to get one up on Austin Theory. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, he clearly learned his lesson from the Rumble and made use of the brass knuckles and had the sense to make sure the ref didn't see them. So we'll see. Obviously, yeah, like I said, it seems like they're going to be setting up for Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. So we'll see. Well, if they throw us a curveball heading into Elimination Chamber, then maybe they're setting up for that, and then they've got something else in mind for Logan Paul. But I don't know.
Right. Then we, excuse me. Then we went into a little backstage thing with Santos, which led to what was it? A fatal tag team 4-way, which it was Legados de Fantasma versus Pretty Deadly versus LWO versus Pete Dunne, and Tyler Bates. What were your thoughts on this match? I didn't give this match a full 100%. There was a lot of moving parts going on. I did catch the little end where Dunne and Tyler Bate won, and I think it was just something to further move along that LWO story, but add more moving parts into it. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I thought this was a fantastic tag team match. It was what I've always appreciated about NXT is how seriously it takes its tag team divisions. So for this to be 4 NXT tag teams doing exactly what they're best at is a great tag team showcase. I was glad to see Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate win. I think it continues this momentum that having the bruiserweight back has given to Pete Dunne. But it was kind of unfortunate to see that they tried to recreate that NXT slingshot, and unfortunately they cut to, or they had a really tight cut on that slingshot, I think, to make it look like it was more impressive than it actually was. But yeah, it was great match overall for sure. And I decided I was gonna start calling this tag team Bruiser Bait. What do you think of that?
No, don't do that.
No? What's wrong with that?
This sounds a little iffy.
What is wrong with Bruiser Bait?
I don't know. It sounds a little bit kind of like masturbate.
I mean, I was hoping we were gonna kind of playfully dance around it a little bit more, but sure, let's just come right out and say it. All right.
Go right to it. Did you guys notice that restaurant was from NXT? No, I didn't notice nothing about that.
Well, I mean, that's the same setup that probably filmed it at the Performance Center.
All right. This is literally a mess now. You gotta love wrestling fans. They're real passionate about it, and some of the wrestling fans act like they're in there taking bumps with them.
Going in blind into Monday Night Raw, because they haven't really said who the Fatal 4-Way participants on the Raw card are going to be. I'm anticipating that it's going to be Indus that wins the Fatal 4-Way.
What about
they're trying to push this momentum that being associated with Jinder Mahal is giving them right now, which is viral popularity at the most. I think most of his genuine supporters are still in the vocal minority, but I think they're going to try and ride this wave of momentum to see if they actually have what it takes to be viable tag contenders. So I think it's going to be Indus versus Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
And that would be good. But then, if they have Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate win against 2 big-ass behemoths like Indus, there's some Hollywood script writing there going on. I like it to be a little bit more realistic.
I mean, we know Pete Dunne can handle himself in the ring, and Tyler Bate can throw with the best of them. So I think if they get their speed over Indus power, then they might be able to catch them off their feet long enough.
Yeah, you're probably right about that one. You're right about that one. All right, we're going to move right along to the backstage damage control. Io and Asuka and Kairi Sane backstage speaking Japanese, saying some shit, saying some stuff about Bayley, and then Bayley is done. Bayley overhears them. Then commercial break there. And then we see them in the ring, and then Bailey reveals that she speaks a little Japanese and she understood what was happening and what was being said. And the long awaited big boot to Bailey out of the Damage Control happened tonight. What are your thoughts on that?
It was the emotional punch to the gut that I knew it was building up to be. It had the evolution turn, Batista turn from 2005 vibes with the Rumble participant hearing just a little too much. But it did feel like they were able to kind of turn that on its head and make it its own thing with this reveal that Bailey speaks Japanese and has been hearing the constant back talk because they think they're speaking a language that Bailey doesn't understand, and seeing the additional emotional component with Io Sky is like another layer that I'm looking forward to seeing evolve over the next few weeks as well.
Yeah, I think Bailey's gonna win at Mania. I don't think the story's gonna finish once she wins at Mania. I think Damage Control probably still gonna keep trying to attack her or whatnot, but I think Bailey's gonna walk away triumphant in Mania. I think the kicking out of Bailey probably dragged on a little bit longer, probably like 2 weeks too long, maybe. But we're here now.
Well, I mean, it makes sense that it makes sense for it to have happened after she won the Rumble, because then they have that, like last second sort of emotional catch as well. But yeah, I think I'm excited to see how it plays out heading into WrestleMania for sure.
Right. I think Io and Bailey is going to be a great match at WrestleMania 40. I just hope it's a straight up match. I hope there's no outside interference, but there might be some outside interference. When you're messing around with Damage Control. I mean, it's basically 4-on-1. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. Now, what came next? Was it a 6-man tag, the Final Testament versus the Pride, or was it it was supposed to be a tag, but they didn't let the bell ring. They started fighting, and I got lost in the shuffle.
Did the bell not ring? Because I thought there was, like, they did the formal announcement. I figured they rang the bell, but
yeah, and I don't know. I looked down, writing notes. Next thing I know, Final Testament is outside of the ring. They're all yelling at each other, and I'm like, did somebody win? Did somebody lose? Did I miss something? I don't know.
I'm kind of still pissed at this point that Bobby Lashley's team doesn't have a definitive name. Like I can call Karrion Kross and AOP Final Testament, and it's good that they have the name the Final Testament because it actually makes the group sound cool instead of understanding at the surface level that it's Karrion Kross and AOP. But I think they still need that legitimacy that comes with having a name. I think Bobby Lashley posted the Pride was the name of it on Twitter, which they still haven't acknowledged on TV though.
And remember when they first said that?
Until they do, then it's not canon.
Remember when they first said that 2 weeks ago, we're the Pride, and I was like, well, why don't they have their own specific, logo? Why don't they have their own specific entrance? Why they're using Bobby Lashley's entrance, and then you're like, well, they're called the Pride now. And I'm like, remember, my statement was, well, we're going to see how long that's going to last for. And it didn't last long at all because now you're asking me, what's their name?
No, and that's it. Like, you were right. Like, they needed to have that identifiable presence, and it's still lacking. Like, they don't have it. Yeah, I'd be fine with the Almighty Street Profits.
I love that.
but
I love it.
actually sign off on it. Call
I
them
love
that.
it.
Print it
Kwame,
on a
hey,
shirt.
Kwame, write us an email, your address. I'm gonna send you a pop for that one, buddy. I'm gonna send you a WWE pop for that one, because that's Almighty Street Profits. You can't write that. That's you self-evident right there. I like that. Kwame, I'm winning. The Sam Schluter is gonna send you a WWE pop. All right, I'm gonna write you an email. I got your email. I'm not gonna put it up here. Don't put it up here. Don't put it up here. Don't put it up here. Then you'll have a lot of wrestling fans writing you email. Man, so listen, this Final Testament thing is got the potential to be something good, but I think they're just doing shit just to do shit for sake of doing shit. That's what I felt like, because they did the intros. I look down, I'm writing notes, I look up, and they're fucking arguing from outside of the ring. I thought this was a 3-on-3 match. What was going on? So
there was a line that Wade Barrett used on commentary. He said, "Nothing good can come from this unit." I'm like, yeah, I agree. Nothing good can come from this unit. It's not good for anybody. I would have appreciated AOP more if it was just them and Paul Ellering making a tear across the tag team division, leave Cross and Scarlett to do whatever Cross and Scarlett were doing. It wasn't working, but at least they weren't taking up TV time.
Right. And I agree with our friend Kwame here. He says Cross needs to do something big in order for people to back him. He's lost. And we've been saying this for like the past month and a half, and actually they've been jobbers of the night for like 2 weeks in a row. And I agree with you, Kwame. They need to do something big. They need to do something where it drops your jaw. Maybe I don't know, run Bobby Lashley over with a limo like Rikishi did. I do it for The Rock. I don't know. See, it's got to be something. Give us some male soap opera, something, drag them like they dragged Hulk Hogan with a motorcycle. I don't know. It's got to be something big. I don't know. I just wasn't ready, and I'm gonna give it the old Jim Cornette sigh. I don't know.
Spoiler alert: Final Testament is gonna be my jobbers of the night for the 3rd week in a row.
All right. Tiffany Stratton versus Mean Chin.
Did you say Mean Chin?
Mean Chin.
Okay. But, it definitely sounded like the two words mean and chin.
Mean Chin. I mean, listen. Trish Stratus 2024 has the look, but she doesn't have the personality.
As the NXT expert in the room, I would like to say first of all that Tiffany Stratton has had much better matches than she had tonight. That being said, I do agree this match wasn't great. It felt like they just didn't have good in-ring chemistry. They felt off in a lot of spots, and I hope that doesn't look bad on Tiffany Stratton, because she genuinely is a lot better than how she might have come across tonight. So hopefully they give her the right circumstance for her to stand on her own and do well, and hopefully she manages to have something going into WrestleMania.
I was there at NXT when Mrs. Tiffany Stratton made her little debut. She was all over the place. I don't know if you remember this, but a track of her weave this long fell off her hair that day. Everybody was laughing at it on her debut at NXT.
So you're judging her based on a wardrobe malfunction from her first day on the job?
No. I'm not judging her by that, but I just remember that thought and that look, that sight just forever ingrained in my mind. But in this last match, I believe that Mi Chin, I think, slowed down a little bit.
Sam, hang on. Can we please stop posting the comments on the screen if they regard Cody Rhodes and The Rock and Roman Reigns, please. I am asking out of professional courtesy. I am trying to maintain a level head.
Well, you
and
have to be
it
professional
does
because
better, and that's what I'm trying to do.
The-
So
the
but
fans are
given
tuning
that
in. The fans are tuning in. They want their comments to be seen, and you have to maintain a level of professionalism where their comments doesn't affect you, because
no,
they want to be
in
seen.
that regard, no,
but you're taking
Sam,
things.
I have to
Yeah, but
say
the people, you can't do that.
This is my one veto.
Yeah, no, you
I
veto.
ran this show by myself.
That's
last
fine.
week.
That's fine. But we cannot not show the viewers' comments because you have a titty attack.
No, but
That's
that's
not
the
right.
thing. But you
That's
have
not
said
right,
on
though.
this, Sam. No. This is
You're wrong.
I am co-hosting this show, then I think I have just as much of a say of what comments we post. All I
Yeah,
am
but
saying is
you're taking
don't
it too
post
personal, brother.
comments, but I
You're
am
taking it too personal.
genuinely trying to maintain a level head,
But
and
you're not.
having to see
But you're
those
not.
comments on Sam.
But
I
you're
am
not.
just trying to focus on the rest of the card. I
But
don't need a constant reminder.
Leonard
It's not
Izuna
good for
took
my
the time out
temperament
to
right
tune
now.
into us, and he wants his comment shown, and it's gonna get shown, brother. Whether you're fucking crying about The Rock or not, I don't give a fuck what you feel right about now.